on a lot of individual players to make plays on that map. So let's not get to a game 5. Let's try to close it out here on the map 4. Boston starting off on the preferred side for the P1, P2 chain, but it's all about this early statue control.
And Snoopy will at least be able to contest it down low. Good for the first extent there for the trade. Numbers up top, though. Really good for Boston. Purge just going from kill to kill. Will actually take away some space and really force Riyadh to have to hit from one direction. It's a little aggressive, but it may work out. There's 2. Doesn't expect the one necessarily behind him, so a trade is out, but that's a lot of free time for the breach.
Yeah, a lot of free time to the breach, and you absolutely take it knowing now that you have lost the spawns over towards P2. So how long can you manage to soak up all this time here? Brett is able to find 2. Kismet and Celium clean up house all the rest. So this final 10 is going to go your way, and you have the rotation as well. So Boston need to set up how they're going to go on this break. You're going to have 2 people committed through the old time, everyone else through P4. So you're going through the front door, and Falcons are ready for this.
Yeah, this is, again, if you either missed map 1 or went a little comatose during it, here's the spark notes. Boston on break attempts and on the back foot rotationally were not great on exposure. Just not able to get things set up as a full 4-man group. So now you're trying to stretch already late into P2 for this play to try to even see it. And Kismet's got you on 5 in a row. He knows he's got someone else nearby, but can't find Nasty. So the shutdown from the streaks is in, but Riyadh have not flinched on the hill yet.
Yeah, now you're forced to commit through the front side if you are Boston. Gunfight's going to be a lot easier for Falcons because they know when the pressure's coming in, but you're able to combine for 3 in the feed. Thankfully, Kismet finds 1. That allows his teammates to still be in a position to contest over towards the P2 time, but Boston making it scrappy, making the most of this P2 so far.
Yeah, really good in this last 25 seconds or so, thanks largely to that big push through mid, but more importantly, Nasty survives that nade and follow-up play from Kismet. So you don't really ever bend again if you're Boston, who will have Nasty on 5 now, moving over towards 3. They're going to be here first, but a little bit of maybe split decision on where they think the Falcons are spawning. They get a little bit caught off guard by the quick play over through the Godheady side. Nasty's still on 6, though. Will get himself 7. One more over the top is Exton, but not available as the Hellstorm will be earned, and everyone else will try to reinforce.
Yeah, now Falcons need to find a way on in towards this P3. Crossfires are already set up on the side of Boston. OE is currently being watched. Snoopy finds 1 before falling. This has been 30 seconds uncontested so far. Falcons need to get in towards this time. You just can't get past Nancy, who's on 8 in a row, lining you up with the M15. He said, Snoopy, you're right in front of me. I'm also going to take care of you. But now a 40-point lead for Boston, still growing.
Yeah, and damage onto Celium, so Cammy can push this play out. 10 seconds remaining on the hardpoint, and Nasty's streak will continue. He knows he's got Exton close, but wants to work on the spawns. It's Kismet. He's only a bullet. That's easy. You also saw Exton on the cross back over. Good prediction, but can't quite beat the drive at that close range. So 95 plays 45. Riyadh will be in control of P4 for now, but split spawn situations has Boston moving quickly.
Yeah, but now Snoopy needs to value his life towards the backside. He knows that he's going to be surrounded in a position to try to be the playmaker. Is able to find 1. What does it do to the spawns on the side of Falcons? Absolutely nothing, but now it's Nasty's turn to break him.
And they are not going to expect Nasty in this position right here.
Oh,
or will they? Brett's able to come back over and watch that mid-cut. Pistol for Cammy, though, is going to work out, and Boston will stabilize inside the hard point. Trophy system down. Now it's just down to Falcons from the front. Snoopy, perfect timing, just absolutely dives out of top middle. Cammy there to follow up off the damage is good. And Cammy's on another 5 spree here. Boston starting to cook as they double up the points of Riyadh.
Yeah, it's crazy, like the way that Boston have found their break so far on 2 of these hills. Right through the front side of P2, lead a good time. This time it's right through the front side of P4, leads to even better time. An almost 70-point lead at the end of our first set. Falcons have a lot of ground to make up for, and it all starts by just getting statue control. Celium doesn't win that one-on-one versus Purge, but thankfully Exit there for the trade.
Well, critical time here early for Riyadh, trying to dig into this deficit. Fred giving you some contest over through statue side. Celium cooking up a nade. It should land, and a lot of damage gets tallied with that. Purge, though, still alive and kicking for now, but Cell in and out of the hard point, able to find you 1. Boston stabilize. Keep the hard point neutral. Will retain their lead. And with 25 seconds, we've got to keep our eye on the minimap to see if the spawns get moved around at all here late in the P1.
Yeah, Boston off the back foot now. Need to iron up and hold strong in their setup, and no one watching the OE, so Exit has a free route to find 1 kill and spawn them all the way across the map. He wins the one-on-one while the rest of his teammates just strike at the right time. Falcons light up the kill feed. Are going to be the team initially again to start off the P2, but this time Cammy wins a one-on-one on the OE.
Accident gets the read. Does he know that there are 3 here? That may not make a difference. They've got Nasty trapped around the back. They're trying to find him and lock down the time. Big moment here for Riyadh as we go over and check in with the comms with the Falcons.
Back crate on me. P1 push. One shot. Going front. Back crate, Nasty.
Under bridge, this channel.
All good. I'm on the ground, boys. Come bang P1. Then one front. Come. I'm on 20. Come back. I need P1.
I
can see it.
I got a PS.
I'm heading.
I left it. Done. Weak, there's 2. Nasty's 2. It's inner. Left side.
Let's go near. I'm good. 2-0, guys. 2-0. You come in. Nice.
I front
One more, you guys.
statue. That P2.
I spawned it.
There's 20 P4. There's 20 P4.
Could be blue crate. Purge it all.
Blue
Back junk, Cammy.
Amy back junk.
Where are we, guys?
Yellow.
Yeah, yellow point, yellow.
I'm ready.
Blue crate to me. Blue crate, Nasty. Nasty, blue crate. There's one.
One junk. I'm blocking.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah. There's one on you. You're pitch, cuz.
Yeah.
Trying to get top.
Cammy on the boat.
One shot, bro. 2 cheers. I want to put it. Come, boys.
I'm
coming, cheers. P1, pitch up. There's a I can one shot. Time on shot, guys. We can do this, guys. Nano sleepy. Hitting out.
Back right. Perch.
I just seen you.
Back junk.
And you that.
I'm
trying to go.
On the pass.
A little bit of desperation time starting to raise the urgency for Riyadh. Boston just keep getting these hero moments out of one of many players, but right now Nasty's 22-13 with a minute 30 in the hardpoint. He is taking over.
Dude, just the plays that he's making, the kills that he has. I know his stat line isn't the most crazy at 22-14, but some of the kills that he's finding are game-changing on a map like Colossus. And now Falcons on the heavy deficit, down by 90. Looking to try to fight their way back into it. Celium's not having a good game. Kismet a little bit mediocre, and Pred is just hitting every long route possible. Just not leading the good time, but so far here at the P4, they're making up for at least some of it.
Yeah, it's been nice. Pred working on and waiting for the pinch, and he finds perfect timing to clean out the front doors of the hardpoint. Boston will flip spawns, but that is on the voluntary election of Riyadh to allow that to happen. Kismet shut down. 4 seconds of scrap time is going to feel pretty insignificant to Riyadh, who desperately just need big time at the new hill. P1 will open. And how about it? The SMGs coming to life as Pred, Exnid, Cell all find kills, and now Riyadh are swarming across the map.
Yeah, we need to make sure if Pred's making plays like this, we are hard blocking, because Pred is either going to make the play to hold down this time or cost us the game. Thankfully, Cammy finds one with the teammate, so it still gives you a chance on the hold. But Boston flood their way into P1, flip the spawns, and it's still up by 60.
Careful if you're Snoopy. Numbers are starting to dwindle now for Boston, but they do get over the 200-point mark. Focus back to the hills, good for the SMGs of Riyadh. Cammy only gets one, so you're going to have an opportunity here for Riyadh with 20 seconds of the clock to try to give themselves a lifeline by holding over P1 and still having to set up a P2 to their back. Yes, there's a team nade, but the spawns are still okay. 13 seconds of time, and Boston are trying to deal with Pred and then push across the map.
Yeah, that takes the spawn to 10, though. And now you already have players in a position like Nasty to work the OE, but the Bulldog strikes for 3 in the feed. Now you're fully set up off the rotation. A full 60 keeps you in the game. And this is where you're forcing Nasty's Hellstorm out of his hands.
Will it actually deter any players inside the hardpoint, though, is the question. Everyone backs away. Everyone survives. But more importantly, the Falcons still find 3 kills behind that Hellstorm from Boston. Oh, no. Hold on to your horses. Riyadh making the comeback. 35 seconds. Cell on a pinch with the Dravik. Doesn't need it. It's Exit who gives you the 2. Kismet on 4 in a row. Finds himself the 5th. And all of a sudden, Riyadh are cooking with streaks potentially on the way.
Yeah, that time it was. Even the Hellstorm doesn't allow Boston to go through the front door, but when you're up by so much, you don't want to give up a full 60. You need to give this one last push. SMG's being the aggressors. Last guy standing is Purge. He's going to fall, and you're trying to get the trade if you're Cammy at side door. You do, but Celium's there for the cleanup. Now down by 20. Kismet on 5 in a row early off the rotation, and the angle to watch multiple spots, but now he's going to be surrounded.
Good trades still come through for the Falcons. And Sexton cleaning things up. Trophy down. Cell in the hill. And he's about to turn into a sentry turret. Cammy, of course, feeling the pressure. Calls in, I think, the last Hellstorm for Boston. But Purge still drops as the opener. See, Exit's position is still at a spot to where he could possibly just push forward and find the tablet carrier of the Hellstorm. But it hits for 2 somehow. Oh, goodness. Boston now with numbers. Cell in trouble. Pushed away from the hardpoint. And in a tie game, it'll be Boston with the numbers of 28 on the hardpoint left.
How the hell does Cammy find 2 with the Hellstorm when there's a tunnel on the other ground? Exit could not afford to die there, but Kismet also was just caught off guard. Leads to a great break here for Boston at the P3. Nasty's still trying to make it scrappy, not give up all this time for free. But now it's off the rotation. Boston needs to iron up because the Bulldog is starting to push. 2 go down in the feed. At least Boston still have the spawns.
Spawns are good, but the setup is passive, and they actually don't even know if anyone from Riyadh got behind, at least not initially, but ground has been cleared. 225, 213. Exit from the front is able to open the door for the player on the back. And no! Nasty, of course, against Cell. Now an opportunity to try to win this one outright, but Pred has something to say about it. Cammy with the last word. Trying to zone the front was Purge, but trades are good and Boston could still win here.
Yeah, Kismet's gonna go for the long route. He is gonna get caught out by Snoopy, though. He knows that this is the only play that's gonna win him the game. One wave of kills for Boston right through the front.
Gotta find a way to win this one outright. Cell finding damage, but not able to get there to find any eliminations. And Boston from the front, hold the